Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm very, truly happy that we have Markus here with us. Thank you, Markus, very much for joining us to be here to explain us everything. Markus, as you know, is a living example of true freedom. He has no attachment to anything, to work, to food, to material things, searching for love, nothing. He is a free spirit. He is guided by his own being, and he always makes sure the ego is apart, not on the way. And thank you, Marco, for being here with us. How are you today?
Thank you for the invitation. Everything is fine, and I'm ready for your questions. So we tried it yesterday, I know, taping, but I hope that today I have seen now we already taping it, so there won't be any misunderstanding that we retreat or we delay our taping. So I'm ready for your questions, and all people are a little bit curious about the retreat.
Yes, we really want to know more about the retreats. For how long have you been doing these retreats?
Right now, I'm doing it since 2016. It will be 10 years.
Wow, that's like a cycle.
Okay, 10 years. But it was needed to understand to do what I'm right now. It's not because I'm copying something or I'm taking one from what somebody already experienced. Now it's actually my whole experience. At the time I had made retreat, I changed it a little bit. I changed, I adapted. I was that's the problem, and we have to change this way and that way. So actually, today the retreat is actually the result of 10 years of experience of improving to get the maximum experience within these 8 days.
Yes, and 10 years is lots of experience to help people. And can you tell us, like, you have 3 types of retreats, but on the 8 days retreats, what is the most common healing that you notice in people?
The most, because they discover that the most important part is that they discover who they really are, who they are not. That means they discover the reason for their illness. The most people have some problems. Whatever, normally the average age of participants are around 50 to 60. So the most people are already suffered in their life some problems with their body. So during the retreat, they discover a relief in pain, and then they discover clearness in their mind that they do not think too much. First, this is always thinking, a lot of noise in the head, and after 4 or 5 days, then there comes a small quietness in your mind and clearness in your mind, and that for most people discovered, and they are very happy because then they found out, oh, I was thinking too much and I was acting always the way that's not from my heart. It's brain acting instead of a heart movement, of a heart feeling, and they discover much more to feel themselves, to hear themselves, and that's very nice to see that they understood the message. Not everybody, but because, of course, we're talking here about addiction. So only for them who are willing to release all the struggling and enter into it a nice experience, then they discover a lot of things to themselves, emotionally and physically.
Okay, because your retreat of 8 days consists of 2 days water, 4 days dry fast, and finish with 2 days water fasting, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So, of course, for the most people, the 4 days dry fast is the hard part, but only the beginning. For them, it's physically hard, but the discovery during this dry fast is so positive that they say, okay, it was worthwhile to do a dry fast.
Okay, because the media here gives so much fear, like if it's dangerous. So, can you explain? Yeah, you don't have any doctors, anything. It's just
No,
you letting them.
yeah, that's because the most some security of a doctor. And in the beginning, when I was doing it with a doctor, then we made a measurement. We were weighting the people, and we did blood pressure. But it was only the first 2 days, two times we did a treatment and stop for why. Your body is actually leveling into the blood pressure to the normal. Even as we mentioned already yesterday, people who have problems with diabetes after 2 or 3 days in a dry fast, all measurements go to a normal level. So everything is leveling to a perfect state. So why we should need a doctor or someone? Of course, you need to have confidence in yourself. But that's actually I'm trying to explain that your body is healing itself
Yes,
naturally. It's the natural process, and that is called homeostasis. That your body is healing automatically from any type of high blood pressure, diabetes, or there. So it's actually positive that you discover by doing a dry fast that I can heal myself. I do not need um, any medicine or any doctor to help me, because also when we observe nature, for example, when animals are ill by an accident or by whatever, they go into the wilderness and do a dry fast. No eating, no drinking, no nothing. They retreat to a very far place, and they stay there for as long as it takes for them to be there. It can be a week, 2 weeks, but they know when I'm in a dry fast, then I'm healing myself. It's something nature knows already and is doing it automatically. I'm talking, of course, from animals that live in the wilderness, not from pets. Pets, they're everything differently.
yes. So it's mainly learn to listen to your body. Your body is trying to give you a message, and trust, and say if you have a headache, it's telling you something, and yes, if your blood pressure goes low, that means slow down, don't rush and start running.
So actually, by your own. So of course, these 8 days, we are talking about all these symptoms that everybody gets clear what actually happened with your body. You can observe your body, that you do not fall into a trap of your thoughts and then say, my body needs something. No, your body needs nothing. You only feel the symptoms of abstinence. That means your body starts eating. It's not that the body is asking for something. And that you have to discover. And that's, you need a little bit of um, what do you say, encouragement, that you have to say, okay, I'd like to try, I'd like to know, I want to discover a little bit more of myself, physically and emotionally.
Yes, because as everything start balancing, some people experience that after the first or second day, they don't feel any hunger, they don't feel any thirst. Everything balances again.
Yeah, that's actually something normal that after 8 days retreat, nobody is hungry. Nobody wants food. On the 7th, before we finish the retreat, nobody is, means nobody is asking for food. The body is not asking for food. Or they have some desire in their mind and wishes of some taste, but physically talking, there is no desire. There's no physical desire to say, "Oh, I need now right now something to eat." No, they are happy and in peace with themselves, even without food. That's very nice to see, and there you can see the power of fasting.
Yes, some people I notice they take lots of they put lots of salt. They say no, I don't want my blood pressure to go low, and they put lots of salt on the food, and then they get very thirsty, and they say I cannot dry fast because I'm thirsty without fasting. So is that also like, don't think like you need extra things from outside. If you extra thirsty, you need to look what is making you that thirstier than normal.
Yeah, but in this case, we do the fast. There is no, because the last the first day of the retreat, we eat some fruit or drinking some juice. So it's very neutral. It's more sweet than salty. So there's no need even for drinking more. And also we still do the first 2 days liquid drinking. That means we offer tea or water or lemon water. So it's easy. Of course, only once a day, not every hour, once a day. We offer still the first 2 days, and then we go into the dry fast. So it's actually something positive. So there is no thirst. Most people discover I'm not thirsty. I only have a dry mouth. That's two different things, because you can try to wetten your mouth. For example, you do some cleaning with your toothbrush, some your tongue, and then you spit out again the water, and then you feel, oh, I'm okay. It was only a dry mouth. Only a dry mouth, and that you think you need water, but of course it's the adaptation to produce again. What do you say it? I can't remember. Normally, you have always a wet mouth, for example, right now, because that's normal. But when you're drinking always, then this process is stopping because your body is do not produce in a liquid anymore. So because you are drinking, so there's no need for it because you drink every hour or 2 or 3 times a day, and so there's no need uh, for for your body to produce enough liquid in your mouth. So that's actually a process that stopped. It stopped because you're drinking. So it needs at least 10 days, 15 days to activate again the production of the liquid in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So the most people, I don't think it's suffering. They feel only the dry mouth. That's it. But they also can experience after the 4 days dry fasting, they start drinking, and then they start drinking, and then, oh, I still have my mouth, but then I was drinking one glass of water. Then they drink the next one, and they didn't drink the next one. And they, even after 3 glasses of water, then they feel, oh, I have now a belly full of water, but they still have the dry mouth. So a lot of people discover step by step, oh, okay, my body needs a certain time to adapt.
Yes. And what do you think are the benefits from doing the retreats rather than start fasting at home? Why is it easier if people do the fasting at the retreats?
Yeah, well, what we do is online fasting. The online fasting is for 2 days. That's easy because there is 2 days you can control yourself. But when it's longer than 2 days, then you normally fighting against yourself. Then because you start some emotions, and then you're close to your home. That means, of course, there's maybe also the family around, and then they wake up all your emotions. So in the end, then you start anxiety, and then not only your willpower is very weak. So not only you fall very easily into the trap of consumption, to drink or to eat something. So only when you're in a retreat that everybody is on the same path, then it's much easier. Because also you have to retreat from your family and from your environmental, otherwise you do not understand why you're eating. That's very important. So the retreat helps to maintain the willpower, because when you're at home surrounded by your family, I know it lasts maximum 1 or 2 days, and then all the will is gone.
Okay. And that you mentioned that we can heal everything through dry fast, and sometimes we give away our power, like if because we are told that the doctors know better or someone else, we give our power away and we depend on what other people gonna tell us. So it's a lot about learning to listen to yourself, listen to your body.
Yeah, of course, after the retreat or during the retreat, you discover your power and discover also the reason for any illness, that you are the cause for illness. It's not something else, something from outside that invades you, some bacteria or whatever. It's you. Your emotion lead you to illness. And when you discover it again and take the power again in your hands, then you are also free, because now your health depends on the medicine, on the health system. Then say, whoa. No, you are the cause of sickness, and you are the cause of the problem. Then so take the power again in your hands, and then you cure yourself very easily. You discover cause effect, detox. So it's very easy.
Yes, because when you fast, the cells grow again, the body rejuvenates, like you stop aging. You age when you put toxins in your body. You start fasting is the way around. You start healing yourself. So some people say, no, if I'm fasting, I'm gonna lose muscle or things like that. No, it's the way around. You're gonna gain strength, gain muscle.
Yeah, the muscle strength is about what you're thinking about yourself. So, of course, when you need a certain time of adaptation, because of course you are very intoxicated, and when you are fasting, then it's a process of detox, of healing. So, of course, there's some physical changes. So that's easy, but that's not a big deal. The important is that we discover what's actually behind everything. That we not so helpless anymore. That we have actually the power. We have the power, and we only have to discover it again. That we are the cause of our illness, of our problems in our life, and everything else.
Yes, I like that quote that you said. Problems don't exist. It's just a creation from a lie in our mind.
Exactly. You believe you are a personal lie. For example, a personal lie is a tendency in childhood that nobody likes me, that I'm nobody, that I'm always searching to be someone, to be accepted. Actually, life is searching for love, but because what's actually happening. So therefore, it's very important to know the cause of all your illness, and that's the most, or at least what I could always see is It's your thoughts. What you think of yourself, that's actually the cause of the illness. The illness can be easy, it can be up to cancer. Everything, the name of it doesn't matter. You are the cause of the illness, by your thoughts, by
Yes.
thinking I'm not enough or whatever.
I like also what you say, be like kids, like explore, enjoy.
That's actually the invitation for the retreat. It's to be to let's discover again who you're not, is actually what's actually happening, to discover the game, because now you're in the game and you do not understand the game, so the game is playing with you. And when you have no clue about the game, then you suffer. So in the moment that you understand the game, then you are not any helpless anymore. You have the power. Then you uh, let be guided in this game by your true self. That's very nice, because then you can feel the power again in you, and then everything flows very harmoniously in your life.
And I also like when you say, when people ask you, Marcus, then what can I do? And you say, in doing nothing, everything is done.
Exactly. That's for the most people. That's actually what we do in the retreat. It is not only fasting, it's also silence, means no cell phone, no book, no distraction, no distraction. And of course, the most difficult part is doing nothing. That means let's see what we do. Let's play like children's play, without any purpose. That's actually they're doing, because the most people and what they should do by do nothing. Exactly nothing, because you get all your movement or your doing is driven by your thoughts, by what you have to reach, and what you have to um, discover, what you are missing out, and whatever. It really a lot of nonsense. But when you're a child, then you play and without any interest,
Exactly.
only to discover whatever
It's like
you do not know.
yeah, let's life flow through you and stop attachment. If you cannot control something, let it go, release.
Yeah, that's the hard problem, the hard part. In life,
Yes,
you are attached to your family, and when you're attached to your family, it means that normally you search for love. Does not mean that you love your family. No, actually, you are attached to your family to obtain love, and that's the worst part of the attachment. That's the emotional part. Of course, the other two things is therefore it's very important that you are in peace with yourself. You can only be in peace when you are not depending on food, money, and love. So it's the only uh, points that you're in peace, because when you're searching for it constantly, you constantly search for food, constantly search for money, or constantly search for love, there is never ever peace in you. And when there is no peace in you, then how can be the world outside? When there's no
yeah.
peace in me, then outside there is no peace. So therefore, I have to understand the big trap of this game, that is form your independency on food. So when you are dependency on food, then you accept, for example, working, then you accept a lot of conditions in your life that's not very beautiful. So therefore, it causes anxiety, because you do something but you actually don't want to do. And to calm down anxiety, you need a drug. So they keep you constantly in a dependency, in a unhappiness situation, so that you always consume, that you're a consumer slave.
Yes, I love a phrase that you say, if you're free, if no one can control you. If you don't have
Exactly.
dependencies, you're free.
Exactly, but that they don't want. Nowadays it's going even deeper by digital ID that you depending on everything, that you are open to everybody, that you have to declare everything, that you have to do what others want that you do. So there is no freedom. There's no freedom. So most people think they are free, but there's a nice the perfect slave is the one who believes he is free. Most people
Yes,
believe they are free, but they are slaves. So they keep you in the idea that you're free, but in the end you're a slave.
yes. Can you tell us about this book that you read about the kids in a tribe in Africa? I think it was Africa.
No, that's about the happiness. It's the book
Yes.
called Genome, the happiness of our childhood. The lost happiness of our childhood, I guess, was the title. Continuum was written by an American was journalist Livhoff. She was living with a tribe in Venezuela. She was
Okay.
living there for 3 or 4 years, and there she discovered what's actually the true happiness. And the simplicity is also very important to be happy. When
Yeah.
I want always material stuff, so in the tribe there are no parents, so everybody is father and mother. So there's no possessive uh, parenthood, because this possessive parenthood also limited yourself. So the children are free. From the beginning, they're free. They can explore the world by their own. And what we can see is children or babies in the first age, they already know where's the danger. So they already have the connections to their true self. And that's actually what we are losing very easy in this what we call civilization, and we call it evolution. But I only can see that we actually do a backstep, what do you say? Actually, we do not get further. We get even worse every time we get in a civilization that is worse and worse and worse. So we have to go back where we came from, and we came actually from a tribal life. That's actually a life that every human should live. We should live in a tribe. That's normal, because in a tribe there is nothing possessive. There is only sharing and playing with others. That's it.
That's beautiful. No attachment to mine. That's free mind. Because
Exactly. That's
when you watch the movie,
very,
they show you that the more money you have, the happier you are, and it's the way around. Because when you have money,
of
you're more
course.
needy. I need this to be happy. I need the other thing to be happy. And the drugs are like some food. They say, "Oh, this food is more expensive," but it's more addictive as well. When you
Yeah,
are,
you can see it. You can see it. The unhappiest people are the rich people, because they bought everything, and in the end they are still unhappy, because poor people already still can think, when once I have money, then I can buy happiness. But when you have money and you can see, oh, I can't buy happiness. I can only buy distraction. And meanwhile, I'm thinking I'm happy. But when there's no distraction, then I can say I'm unhappy. So I need constantly a distraction. And
yes,
it's of course that it's a false happiness, of course.
I didn't. They don't realize. They say, "Oh, poor people in Africa, they don't have money to buy the most expensive meats, the most expensive this and that." They don't realize they're so needy, and they really don't need anything.
So the most people are happy with nothing, because because when I have too much, for what purpose? For what purpose I need a boat or a house, a car? When I'm in a tribe, they live together, and that's it. No, yeah, you need something to travel. But why I should travel when I'm happy with myself? You always travel. You always using car, boat, whatever to distract because you're unhappy. When you're happy, you do not need this material stuff because it's only a distraction. But
Yeah,
maybe in the future we go back to our tribal life because that's true life. That's a true life.
that's our nature. Yes, our essence. And some people say,
Yes.
no, I don't take drugs. I don't take paracetamol. I don't take prescriptions. But I take supplements that are very healthy, and I take this to clean this and this supplement for that. I think it's all the same industry who is selling you. The drugstore, they say that it's supplements and they sell the
Yeah,
paracetamol.
yeah, that's nowadays a big business supplements, but it's the same nonsense. For what purpose your body needs something? The body needs nothing.
Your body doesn't, it's the way around. That intoxicates your body, that blocks your energy and has
Yeah,
side
of course.
effects.
Then you discover only by doing fasting. So that means that they stop your supplements, they stop everything, and then only observe what's happening actually with your body. When you see, for example, as you mentioned, the movie. In the beginning there was light, or in the beginning there's light. There you can see it as well that when you do a fast, that you heal yourself, that you rejuvenate and everything else by doing a fast. What does it mean? I'm doing fasting and I'm healing myself. So what does it mean? Eating means that I'm actually do a shortcut to my grave, to my graveyard. So that the most people don't understand that when I observe fasting is a benefit, then of course eating is something negative, not a benefit.
Okay. Do you want to tell us what was the longest time that you were without eating and without water?
Yeah, I was half year. That was during this COVID period. So I was walking in Argentina and was crossing to Chile. From there, I was walking north till Peru and so on. So in this case, I was by my own because there was no connection to a lot of people. Of course, I met a lot of people, but it was always that you walk alone. And it was very easy because I
That's
was happy
amazing.
with myself. But in the end, I discovered when I was starting again, I said I'm not eating very frequently, but once a week or every 10 days or something. Then I discovered that actually I'm not feeling good. That's everything. But even when you say, well, let's try a mango again, let's try a certain type of fruit that you haven't tried a long time ago. So it was always a little bit like a game for me to play. But in the end, I was seeing even fruit, my body says no. So I will go back again with a complete dry fast life because that's actually what I'm feeling. It's actually where I'm feeling completely perfect with myself because then also the energy flows again because every time you eat something that stops again, then needs a time to digest and then to activate again. And it was always in out, and now I'm tired of this in out. I want to be again uh, free of everything.
So at the moment, how often, more or less, do you consume something?
Yeah, every 10 days, but I can see that actually this month, maybe next week or no, next week I'm in a retreat, and then I have 1 week free, and maybe then I will do the last time I try something, and then I will do a next retreat, and then I go to the tribe, and then I don't want to eat again. I
Okay.
want to be in the tribe, but my dry fast, because then I'm a little bit again go into my own rhythm because when we are in this group and there's so much things to do, because now I'm traveling. I'm traveling from one place to another. Then you could see that's even traveling. When you say it's a little stressful as well, and then sometimes I take a fruit only to calm down certain stress, certain anxiety. So, but I don't like it this way. So I prefer to be free even from everything. So I will do the next step again to be in a Bible life. And everything is peacefully, nothing to do, only to live the life in a hammock, and that's it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, the same happened to me. Like when I every time it gets more like painful to come back to food I used to eat. Like I tolerate every time less food that I used to eat. Now is more pain and discomfort. The other day I went to a restaurant and I said, okay, I'll ask for a salad. But even the sauce of the salad was very upsetting me. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna ask a salad with no sauce, no dressing next time.
So actually, your body is talking. It's not that I want to reach something or the goal is you mentioned right now. Your body says no. Your body says stop it, stop it. And you have to be faithful to yourself, and that's the point. From this moment, says okay. I'm not happy with myself because my body is telling me it. My body is suffering. So why am I doing it?
Yes, the body get used to everything you give it to.
Yeah, and even you say, oh, it's only a fruit. Yeah, even a fruit. Even when you say it's a watermelon is 99% is water. There's nothing else. But even a watermelon, your body says, okay, only a certain amount liquid, and that's it. But in the end, I'm happy with no liquid as well, because I could discover after 2 weeks no liquid, then you see there's no desire for drinking, no nothing. You are balanced again.
Okay, and how is your sleep patterns?
Actually, you do not sleep much because you have to understand what means sleeping. But you know, normally you have the idea I have to sleep at least 8 hours or whatever. It's what they're selling you, telling you what you have to do. But actually, to sleep is actually to take a rest. And take a rest means depending what I have done during the day. When during
Mhm.
the day I had no high activity, then of course I do not have to sleep whole night. And it's only take a rest for 1 2 hours, and that's it.
Yes, because I was in few groups, and they started to talk a lot about sleep deprivation, and I was like, what is that sleep deprivation? You need to let your body listen to your body, be like kids. If you want to sleep because you had to heal or you had to rest because you were with many activities, physical activities, if your body asks you for sleep, you sleep. I don't understand that sleep deprivation. You shouldn't deprive yourself from sleeping. It comes naturally. The more cleaner you are, the less you need to sleep. But it's naturally. What do you think about it?
Exactly, it's the natural way to sleep less, because you can see it when you had a heavy meal. The first desire is to take a rest and do a siesta. Then you can maybe experience in the future, because now you're close to Christmas and New Year Eve, and the most of the people are passing the standard amount of food, and then the next day you are like in a hangover of overeating. So then you can see, oh, I only want to sleep the next day because it was too heavy. I have seen it several times. When you're in a position to observe, then you see they eat too much, and then they get knocked out. They sleep immediately because it's too much intoxication. And then your body says, okay, I need to detox, and then it keeps you asleep.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see. And the less you eat, of course, the less you need to sleep. So, of course, because
Yeah.
sleeping is also a process of detox to help you detoxication, detoxicate.
Yes. I'm going to go to a famous question for people who still don't understand. Then why anorexic people they get sick if they, and why kids in Africa they die of famine?
You die because you think you need food. So, that's the power you have. You have a very powerful tool. That's your mind. But when you do not know your tool mind, then everything what you believe you manifest it. For example, in what we mentioned, illness is a kind of negative thought. It's actually a nocebo effect. It means there's something negative. And then you think something negative of yourself, then you intoxicate your body. And then you create, for example, cancer or diabetes or whatever. That's what you're creating by your thoughts. And that's your power. But then also the power is when you think you need food and you do not eat, then of course you are going to die because it's in your thought and you fulfill what you're thinking. So, of course, the people in Africa still have the thought, I need food, I need nutrition, I need this and that. And then, of course, what you think, you manifest it and you die when you do not eat. It's very easy to understand. So you kill yourself by a negative thought, by a lie, actually, because nutrition do not exist.
Yeah. I also think that is both. Big part, the biggest part is that you say in the mind, what you believe. But another part the is the infection, like the environment where the kids are. The water is infected, it's not good. So of course they're gonna have disease, because the environment is prone to it.
Yeah, when they would do a fast naturally and easy, then even the environment doesn't matter because the body is not affected not so hard like when you're not prepared. So normally, of course, what you're mentioning is actually uh, order and only from time to time there comes food, only 2 or 3 times a week. And so, of course, that's instability of eating. Sometimes we have, sometimes we don't. Then it causes certain anxiety, so certain stress. And then you drink water that's not pure. Of course, all this situation causes on a very hard impact in your body. And of course, the most people suffer and even die only by these stressful situations.
Yes, anorexic people also, it's not like they don't eat, they also harm themselves. They hurt themselves and they have infections. And of course, they're gonna get ill and all this stuff. It's not only that they don't eat, because if you don't eat, you shouldn't just get sick.
Yeah, but the main problem is we mentioned they have no idea about the physical body. They do not have an idea that actually your body needs nothing, and we're talking here only about detox. So when you leave your body free from anything else, then your body is healing itself. So,
It
uh,
heals completely, yes.
but of course they still have the idea. No, it's a lie. You need, and of course when you force yourself, say no, I need it. But the first step you should do, at least try it. First, make experiments. Do not stuck on a lie, because now you're on a lie and think nutrition exists, but science knows that nutrition do not exist. That you can see actually in the movie itself. The movie itself by scientists shows you that you do not live from proteins, substances. You only live from information. But this information comes actually through your consciousness, not by something that you need to ingest.
Exactly. Yes. And can you tell us a bit more about the retreats on the tribes?
Yeah, that's actually a tribal life. So during the retreat, we do, or retreat is during the tribal life, we only consume 3 times a week. Let's say it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is only one type of food. That's it. So that we adapt ourselves less, because humanity has to change. Because from now on, they eat too much. They eat 3 or 4 or 5 times a day, and we have to go back. We have to go back to less food. And in the tribe, we start at least 3 times, only 3 times a week, and with only one diet, with only one fruit. If not mixing fruits, different type of fruits, only one fruit. That still now I could experience very positive, because I could see when they in the tribe eat too much different foods, that causes a lot of noise in the group, and a lot of anxiety. So therefore, food is a very part in the tribal life to got to not get stimulated. Food is a product of stimulation. The more fruits, or the more the higher the variety of the product, the higher is the noise and the anxiety.
Yes. And how long does it last, that retreat?
For your life. Yeah,
You always
actually,
like it.
the idea is you go into the club life, and then stay there. Of course, we do always a small window every 3 months. There's one big window that you get free when you have still desires of food, when you still have desires to get in touch with your family, because normally when you are in the tribe, then there's no cell phone communication to the outside world. That you are completely in the tribe to share with everybody in the tribe, and it's actually that we try to improve. That means to get rid of our ego
Okay.
step by step,
Yes,
because
and
in
you
the tribe,
well,
ego destroys a tribal life. That's the problem.
mhm. That's amazing. Thank you, Marcus, for all these explanations. That's all my questions for now.
Yeah, I hope I could clarify a little bit about all the retreats and also the tribal life. Thank you for the invitation.
It
So I
was
hope we
wonderful,
see us.
wonderful to have you here.
Soon I will go to the UK. Hope everything is running well. And
May,
we will
yes, you're
see us
coming in UK.
in early May. I'm in the UK. Okay. And thank
Yes,
you for the
thank
invitation.
you
Thank you
so
for the
much.
nice talk. And keep in touch.
Yes, have a nice day.
Bye bye.